In the high-stakes world of the oil industry depicted in the gripping Paramount Plus series Landman, tensions have been simmering for quite some time between key figures at M-Tex Oil. The show, known for its raw portrayal of corporate power struggles, personal demons, and the relentless pursuit of profit in the energy sector, reaches a dramatic turning point in one of its recent episodes. Demi Moore's character, Cami Miller, fully embraces her role as the newly empowered president of the company following the tragic death of her husband, Monty Miller, played memorably by John Hamm in earlier parts of the series. As drilling operations finally commence on a controversial offshore oil rig located off the coast of Louisiana, a project that has been the source of intense debate, risk assessments and heated arguments throughout much of the season, Cami steps into her leadership position with newfound confidence and clarity. She reflects openly on what she now understands about the allure of the business that her late husband cherished so deeply. "I understand it now what drove him," Cami confesses during a pivotal conversation. She describes the intoxicating rush, the sheer exhilaration that comes with embracing high-stakes risks, the kind of adrenaline that fuels major decisions in an industry where fortunes can be made or lost in an instant. This moment marks a significant evolution for Cami, who has spent much of her arc grieving, adjusting to widowhood, and learning to navigate the cutthroat environment Monty once dominated. On the opposite side stands Tommy Norris, portrayed with gritty authenticity by Billy Bob Thornton. Tommy, a seasoned veteran in the oil game, has seen too much over the years to share in that same enthusiasm anymore. His response to Cami's excitement is stark and sobering. "That rush cost me everything and now I do everything I can do to avoid it." He references his own painful past, particularly the devastating bankruptcy he suffered during the 2008 financial crisis, an event that stripped him of his independence and forced him to take a subordinate role working under Monty. For Tommy, the rush that Cami is just beginning to taste is not a thrill but a dangerous addiction, one that ultimately contributed to Monty's untimely demise in his view. "I'd say it's what allowed him to live," Cami counters, defending the very element that Tommy fears most. This fundamental clash of perspectives, optimism versus caution, ambition versus survival, sets the stage for the episode's most shocking development. After listening to Tommy's pessimistic outlook and his reluctance to embrace the inherent risks that define the oil business, Cami arrives at a decisive and controversial conclusion. She declares firmly, "The president of my company can't be averse to the very thing that built it." With those words, she terminates Tommy's employment, effectively firing him from his high-level position at M-Tex Oil. The decision is abrupt, cold, and loaded with implications for the future direction of the company, as well as for the personal dynamics among the characters who have built their lives around this volatile industry. Tommy had sensed trouble brewing long before this moment. His relationship with Cami had been strained ever since Monty's passing, marked by constant friction over strategy, trust, and vision. In an earlier exchange with Demi Moore, played by Andy Garcia, Tommy was brutally honest about the situation. He explained how he and Monty had started out together as equals, building the empire from the ground up. But the crash of 2008 had wiped him out financially, leaving him with no choice but to join Monty's company in a lesser capacity. "She don't trust me, 'cause she thinks I'm a loser," Tommy admitted candidly to Danny. "And she thinks I'm gonna lose her fortune." These insecurities and mutual suspicions had been festering, creating a powder keg ready to explode at the first major disagreement. Despite the intense on-screen conflict, the real-life rapport between the actors Demi Moore and Billy Bob Thornton could not be more different. The two share a warm, long-standing friendship that dates back an impressive 35 years. Thornton has spoken fondly about how he first got to know Moore during the years he worked with her then-husband, Bruce Willis, on multiple film projects. Those collaborations included blockbuster action films and other ventures where families often visited sets, allowing the children of both stars to grow up knowing each other. "Demi and I have known each other for a long time," Thornton reflected warmly. He described her as beautiful and amazing and so talented, expressing genuine appreciation for the opportunity to work alongside her and the rest of the talented ensemble in this series. The firing of Tommy represents a major pivot in the narrative, raising questions about leadership, legacy, and the cost of ambition in the oil world. Cami's choice signals her determination to steer M-Tex in a bolder, more aggressive direction, one that honors the risk-taking spirit that defined Monty's tenure. For Tommy, it marks a humiliating setback, forcing him to confront his past failures while navigating uncertain personal and professional waters ahead. The episode builds suspense toward the season finale, leaving viewers to ponder how this dramatic shakeup will ripple through the lives of everyone involved. Landman continues to excel at blending high-tension drama with deep character studies, making this controversial decision one of the most talked-about moments in the show's run so far.